Everybody, and welcome in to another edition of Big Men on Basketball. It is Tuesday, January 31st, 2023. I'm your host, Jeff Nadu. As always, we are here live on the Barstool Sportsbook. It is 4 o'clock. We're here every day, Monday through Friday. We are coming in to the month of February. It's the final day of January. January always one of the worst months of the year, right? You're through Christmas, you're through the holiday season, you're into the doldrums of winter. You're looking forward to spring, and it's cold, it's snowy, it's shitty weather, but there is one thing heating up, and that is basketball. We are off a 2-0 night. I am off a 2-0 night, and how do you like me now, motherfuckers? What a win last night with Texas Tech. Down 25 with about 12 to go. They come back, force overtime, and win the game in Lubbock. What a win. I didn't think it would go like that, but I did expect to win, and they were able to get it last night. I'll take it. I've been on the wrong side of those. I've been on the right side of those, and I'm not going to say sorry for winning a game like that. That said, I almost lost Southern University. However, they were able to make their way through and win the game by 11. They were up big at the half, kind of took their foot off the gas, but we're still able to get the job done. I don't give a shit if they do it by half a point or 30 points. A win's a win in this business, and I'll take it. 2-0 night. Let's keep it going. Let's chat about Tuesday. I want to say hello. I hope you're having a great day as we wrap up January. The month has flown by. I feel like it was just New Year's Eve. I feel like I was just partying at Christmas. It's amazing that it's already Feb 1st tomorrow. So, we get a short month. February is only 28 days. So if you get paid twice a month, you get paid a little earlier. Shout out to you coming up here in February. So let's get into it. Let's chat. Let's say hello to some folks, and then we will get into the games. Chess and Poker Daily, Rick, Scott, James, Evan, Jefferson, Brandon, Scott Shearer, Brendan, Ty, Mitchell, Shay, Vegas, Adrian, Moisty, MC Lee, Chili, Chris, Andrew, Mitchell, Ty, what's up? Thank you for watching. Yes, Oral Roberts, they covered last night. I mentioned that one. I thought that was a good spot for that group coming off a poor game. That was a winner if I'd have played it. And yes, by the way, everybody, I middled. I told you. Listen, yesterday was a fucking thoroughfare into how you win in business, in this business from me. There's not one motherfucker at Barstool that's going to tell you what I told you yesterday. That's how you do it. And it's time you start showing me some respect. I am the king. Make sure you fucking recognize. You cannot like what I do, but you can respect what I do. That last night was a fucking clinic. It's like Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts, a clinic. It's like Michael Jordan teabagging the Cavs or Allen Iverson stepping over Tyronn Lue. Clinic City. It's like it was a doctor yesterday. Boom. Thank you for doing that. Scott Shearer says, like button smashed. Yes, do it as well. It only takes literally a millisecond to do that. Thank you, Ty. Appreciate it. What else do we have here before we get into the card? Fordham +4 looks interesting. Well, that is actually on the card today, so we'll be talking about that one. Looking forward to you talking about SDSU. Probably not going to be talking about SDSU. I hate that team, and I don't want to talk about them. Honestly, I hate them. What's up, David Healy? Scotland here. It's my birthday. Is that the real Gabe Morency? Can someone verify if that's really Gabe? Because A, I don't know if he's in Scotland, and B, I don't know if that's really him. If it is, that's my guy right there. I haven't talked to Gabe. Gabe, reach out, bro. I never know when you're up to, so I don't know if you're sleeping. I know you do an overnight show. I hope all is well with you. One of the great men in sports betting, in Gabe Morency. Good man right there. I've had many good experiences with him. I remember the time I met Gabe. One of the best times I have with Gabe, I remember, was in Vegas, maybe 2017, 2018. I don't even remember when that was. I was a fat motherfucker back then. I remember Gabe and I were outside of a casino on the strip, or not on the strip, on Fremont, and we were just hanging out, chatting. Him and I. He was out smoking a cigarette, and I thought I'd go out and join him. We chatted for a while. He's a good dude. Been through a lot of stuff in his life. Very interesting individual. And I really respect Gabe. I hope to see him and speak to him soon. And if that's really you, Gabe, thanks for watching, bro. I appreciate you. Hope you have a great birthday, my man. How old are you now? 35? You're about 35, aren't you? Either way, buona fortuna. What's up, Jeff? Hey, Travis. What's good? How you doing? Jonathan Harden. What's up? Appreciate the show. Thank you, Darren. Welcome in. What's up, Hustle Man? What's up? Yeah, I'm not interested in that one, but good luck. Good luck fading Clemson. Not a real good idea right now. Go Southern. Yes, Southern is a good group. I like playing that team. All right, let me get into some of my thoughts on this card tonight. I want to start with some MAC basketball. You guys know I always like the MAC, which is interesting because over the last couple of years, I haven't really bet a lot of MAC, but I actually really like this conference this year. And if I'm being honest, I really like Toledo. I've talked about Kent State. I like Akron. This is an interesting group, and I think it's going to be a real dogfight once we get into March. These are going to start being very important games, guys, in conference. This is a close group, especially at the top. Toledo all of a sudden has won 5 straight games. They are starting to really pound teams to submission, and that's something that I'm going to continue to talk about, guys. Toledo is, to me, one of the best offenses in America, and I don't think if you know basketball, you would say anything different. This team is just fun to watch on offense. They play with a lot of transition. They like to get into the teeth of the defense. They are a sparkling team, really at every level offensively. They can shoot in the mid-range. They're a good three-point shooting team. They're fast. They can dice you up and get to the free throw line. They're good on the glass. Everything this team does is efficient. And here's a major problem tonight if you're Miami of Ohio. Toledo exclusively wants to play in transition. They want to go as fast as possible, and they want a dancing partner on that end. So does your team allow you to do transition? Miami, Ohio, on defense, as far as possession length, 3rd in America. What that means is they're allowing the 3rd quickest pace in the country. That is not a good omen against Toledo. And if you look at the recent games that Toledo has had against Miami O, and let's be honest, guys, this Miami O team has been shocking defensively. Okay, they have not been good. They've lost 5 straight games. They just aren't very good defensively. And you look at really who they played. I mean, they haven't really played anyone of note offensively. Ball State, Northern Illinois, Bowling Green's probably their best offensive team. He played, give up 83. Also played Akron and Eastern Michigan. They haven't even played really the teeth of this schedule yet. They got Toledo. They got Ohio on deck. Got to play Toledo again. Got to play Buffalo. They got to play Bowling Green again. This is still a team that is going to get diced all season defensively. Now, it is a road game. But when we look at Toledo, this team has ran roughshod over this conference. You look at last season, Toledo put up 75 and 88 in this game. As usual, I'm going to tell you that I would highly recommend betting Toledo team total over. This is a group that is just very good on offense. Now, what I noticed, which was interesting, is this total's been bet down a little bit. However, I don't have a lot of worry about that if I'm looking at a full game total or a team total here, because when sharp bettors look at a card each day, they're going to identify numbers that are at 160, 161 or higher, and they're just going to bet the under. That's what they do. They're hoping that the game just doesn't go the way people assume it's going to go, and these are college kids, and they're going to struggle to make shots. That's been a major problem this year if you've been betting on Toledo to not score. This is one of the best over teams in America. Now, Toledo's team total currently at Barstool Sportsbook is 84.5. Now, remember, this team averages 85 a game, so you're just asking for them to get to their average tonight. For me, I'm gonna say they get to it. I'm gonna say they get to 85 plus. This is a fun offense, and I've enjoyed backing them over the year or so. So I'm going to bet Toledo, team total over. Toledo, team total over 84.5. Currently at the Barstool Sportsbook. And I'm going to be honest with you, if it doesn't come in, I'm not going to really care very much because it's been a good bet all season. So do what you want. Taylor fade. It's up to you. Watt Life says, the fact that this clown has a channel talking about sports is what's really shocking. What more is shocking is that you're here watching me. Thank you. By the way, there are very few people that can do what I just did. That's why I'm here talking college basketball, and that's why you are sitting there watching it, because you know the deal in the end. Exactly. Exactly. That's the hypocrisy of these people. So, that's how it goes. Do I have any thoughts on Ball State, Bowling Green? No, I didn't really have much on that one. I do, though, have a thought on one of the other games, and that is Akron and Buffalo. To bring this one up because I think it's one of those clear, clash in styles games, if you will, right? You have an Akron who very good at the rim, get to the rim, can defend the rim, very good defensively in the half court. Enrique Freeman in the middle. They want to play slow. They want to play defensive. That's what they do. That's what Akron's always done. What we've talked about, guys, Akron's one issue this year has been they have blown leads late in games. That said, they've really started to fly in conference play. 7-1. John Gross's team has been terrific, and their guard play has been fantastic. You look at on offense, this is one of the best offenses in the league, at least from the two-point variety. They're the best team in this conference at the line, shooting it at 80%. And they're going to play a Buffalo team tonight that really struggles to defend at the rim. That's really concerning, especially when you got to deal with Ali, Enrique Freeman, Castaneda, Sammy Hunter. This is a good, solid basketball team in Akron. This number was opening around a pick 'em. It's been bet up. A lot of smart people have come in and taken the Zips here. Again, clash in styles. I do look at Buffalo, and I do think this is a pretty solid team. They want to play super and uber fast. It's all going to be about who can establish the position they want to run in. Is it going to be a slow game or is it going to be a fast game? This maybe is leaning to the fact, as far as a total, that people think it's going to be more of an overplayed game. Now, on Friday, I took the under with Kent State Buffalo, and it went way under. This is a pretty similar spot. Do you go back to the well and just say, well, I think Akron, that's what I would do here. If you like Buffalo, you should probably take the over. If you like Akron, you should probably take the under. Akron is feeling themselves right now, man. Team playing some really, really good basketball. A really nice win over the weekend against the Ohio Bobcats. You have 303rd in tempo against 5th in tempo. That's about as stark as it gets, guys. And generally, if we pattern Buffalo's last game off of what we will see tonight, that one was 74-68, an under. I think that's probably where this game is. Maybe it's a little lower scoring. So I didn't ultimately get it. I made some money betting Buffalo unders Friday. Didn't have a huge opinion here. Maybe I'll throw a couple of dollars on this one. I don't know. I didn't get there with it. Kind of missed the opener on Akron, but I do lean under 147.5. If I play it, I'll let you know. 317 people in here watching on YouTube. Welcome in. Thank you for watching. If you're checking us out on the Twitter or somewhere else, thank you. I'm hoping you're enjoying the show as well. And guys, do me a favor. I would very much appreciate if you did so. If you could retweet the stream. I don't know if it's been tweeted out. I always hope that it is. And if it's not, well, unfortunately, I don't run the main account. A lot of the time it's tweeted out. But if you see it pop up, do me a favor. Hit that retweet button. It would mean a lot to me. All right. A lot of comments. I always appreciate you guys commenting. I will try to get some of your thoughts here. I can't get to everyone, but I will try. All right. Let me go back to this. Yep. I mentioned that one. Yep. I don't know you shit. Go fuck yourself. Okay. Good luck getting it. I don't know you shit. I don't know anyone anything. The only people I owe are the people in my life that I care about, to treat them with respect and honor. That's all I care about owing anyone anything. Some of these people are just, I don't know, they just make shit up. Go ahead, contact him. Think he gives a fuck? I don't owe you shit, man. And I'll tell you what, man, if you keep pushing out nonsense, we're just going to get rid of you. There's no reason for this stuff. All right. When you, here's what I've learned from some of these folks: when you have nothing on someone, you just begin to make stuff up. Listen, brother, I live on Dickens Drive in Lancaster, PA. You're welcome to come hang out. Let me know, okay? I don't hide from nobody. Greg Tribble is great at Akron. Yes, he is. They also have Trenton Hankerson, who transferred in from Northern Illinois. A great player as well. All right. What else do we have here? 2 top players out for TCU versus West Virginia. Well, that's already baked into the line, so remember that. All right, let me get to St. Louis and Fordham. I got to be honest, guys. I like St. Louis in this one. I bet them at 4. And I'm going to stick with that one. I like St. Louis a lot here. Look, I think that St. Louis is the best roster in this conference. I think they're the best team in this conference. And they're really starting to get it going, to be fair. This is, to me, as I said, I know people will say that, maybe they lost a step or whatever. They're not as good defensively, but I'll tell you what, they're still pretty damn good defensively, and they're the best offense in the A-10. Tonight, they head into Rose Hill Gymnasium to take on the Fordham Rams. I know that Fordham has been a bit better this year. This is still one of the worst offenses in the Atlantic 10. I just don't know that they can keep up with St. Louis. And I feel like St. Louis just gets stronger as the season goes on. I'm not as worried about laying points on the road with teams like St. Louis. St. Louis has won 13 of their 15 games by 5 or more points. I think St. Louis can take care of business and win this one kind of by like 7 or 10. I like Fordham. I'm obviously impressed with how good they've kind of been on the defensive end. But I think really when you look into who Fordham is, I mean, is this team really anything? I mean, 17 wins. I mean, they have and I want to make this very clear, folks. Fordham has the worst non-conference strength of schedule in all of America. There is no team with a weaker schedule than this team. Now let's ask ourselves, who have they lost to? And who have they, when stepping up, what has happened? Played Arkansas, second game of the season, lost by 26, 74-48. Played Davidson, lost by 14, only scored 43 points in that game. Also lost to the Rhode Island Rams, and lost to, who else do we have here? Dayton, lost by 34. This team is a phony. I don't care that they've won 17 games. It means Ugats to me. This team is overrated. I don't care that they're 17-4. This is a bad team beating up on much worse teams. St. Louis, to me, is the play tonight. I think they're a much stronger team than Fordham, and I want to identify mismatches. I think St. Louis is really strong. They've been great at the free throw line this year, and I think they close this one out and win by 7 to 10 points. I think this is a simple case of I just don't think they can score enough points. So I'm going to rock with St. Louis, the Billikens, with Travis Ford tonight. All right. What else do we have here tonight? What's up with K-State? Listen, I'll get into that one. Notice it says, Woo, that I'm going to be discussing it in the title. You don't have to mention it. I'll get to it. My girlfriend's sister wants to meet you. She's planning a trip to Philly mid-February. Would you be interested? Listen, here's what I'll say. I don't really have any interest in speaking to someone with what looks like a fake name and fake photo on the internet. Tell your sister or whoever it is to send me a DM through her verified Twitter account and we can chat. Other than that, don't have any interest. Big man, am I still on schedule to be a guest on Thursday's show? I don't know who you are. No, you have no. I don't know. Why would I have you scheduled to be a guest? I don't even know who you are. No reason. You don't have to send $2, brother, but the channel will take it. Goes to the channel, doesn't go to me. You says thoughts on the show Boardwalk Empire. I think it's a great show. I think it's very realistic, and most of the characters are based on real people. I loved Boardwalk Empire. I think Al Capone's character was the best portrayal of him in any show. And I thought Buscemi was terrific. I love Vincent Piazza in it. I loved Boardwalk Empire. Very well done show. John Miller, what's up? I don't really know that I want you calling me Big Daddy, but whatever you want to do. Great show as always. Thank you, my man. I appreciate that. Fahad Naeem says, I'm more interested in pro ball. Well, I bet kind of that on my own, but I don't really talk too much about it here. Best bet tonight. I'm telling you things that I like, and I'll wrap all that stuff up at the end. Okay, well then bet Fordham. Good luck. Do you travel to the Super Bowl? No, I will not be at the Super Bowl. No. Thank you, Daniel. Let's get it, bro. Be wary of doxers. I couldn't give a shit about doxers. I literally doxed I don't care. Come see me. I live in Lancaster, PA. I don't care. Okay. I don't care. I have no worry about anybody. I could properly defend myself as well. So I've never had a problem in my life up until 2 nights ago. I've never had one person approach me negatively until 2 nights ago, which I'm not going to get much into. But and that has something to do with my mob content. It has nothing to do with this kind of content. But yeah, I'm not too worried. Don't come on an internet stream and threaten me, especially with nonsense that I owe somebody money when I don't. I bet with legal sports books, with which is Barstool Sportsbook. How would I owe anyone money? That's nonsense and ridiculous. Tucker, what's up, my man? How you doing? All right, let's get into the rest of this card, and then we will move into some of your questions. Kansas against Kansas State. I lean Kansas here. I didn't play it, but I lean KU here. Just kind of a rivalry game. Kind of a response kind of game if you're Kansas. Obviously got the job done the other night, but it's still about maintaining consistency. This is a revenge game, if you will. Remember, Kansas State beat them in Manhattan the first time. Remember, we were on them. They had, 3 players foul out. That's likely to not happen tonight. They're going to get better production from others than just Jalen Wilson. I think Kansas wins by double digits here. I think this number tells you all you need to know. I didn't play it. And if you like K-State, you're welcome to play it. But I've seen these before. Now, it might come where K-State's they're never going to not cover a game. But this number kind of tells me all I need to know in the Big 12. It was like last night with Texas Tech, Iowa State. I thought, I didn't think it would be as difficult, but I felt like Texas Tech was going to win. I feel like the same here. I just don't think some of the things that happened in the first game are going to happen here. Throw in the fact that Lawrence is going to be on fire tonight. So I like Kansas in this one. Just kind of simple to me. I don't really need to go into much detail. Alabama and Vanderbilt. This is an interesting one, isn't it? I've talked before about what I like to do. If I'm backing a big dog, what I want to look for. And I've talked about how much I like Jerry Stackhouse. I think he's a really good coach. That said, a couple of weeks ago, these two teams played in Nashville, and Alabama beat them up. It was ugly. That was the first game they would have after the arrest of Darius Miles. They responded very easily. It didn't felt like they have any issues with it. Tonight, they're also in a kind of response game as well. They're off of a blowout loss to Oklahoma. They're going to be pissed off tonight at Coleman Coliseum. Is this a spot, though, that Vandy can hide within the number? I've said before, when you back a big underdog, you need to ask yourself, do they do one of 3 things or all of 3 things? You want them to do all 3 generally. Do they turn a ball over? In the case of Vandy, no, they do not. Do they make threes? In the case of Vandy, yes, they do. And do they make their free throws? In the case of Vandy, yes, they do. So they do all those things. That said, there is one caveat here in why I didn't play Vandy. Because I've played Vandy before. I like this team. I'm a little worried about Alabama seething at the mouth because I think they will be. They were horrific the other night. They gave 93 points. couldn't make anything. It was just an ugly game for Bama, but they're back at home. A lot of focus tonight. And that's what has me worried because they have the ability to blow anybody out. Alabama's really good and they're very well coached. But Vandy does do things that I like that allows them to stay in games. So keep an eye out for that. You look at in conference, Vanderbilt's 77% for the free throw line. That's what keeps them in games. And remember, I mean, they don't forget the game that they got blown out in. Now, remember, that game the first time, we remembered it was like a 30-point game at one point. That game only ended up being 78-66. If I had to play this one, I would lean with Vandy. Maybe I'll look and see how it goes for the first 3 or 4 minutes. Maybe I'll get involved. But Vandy does a lot of things that you like. Monday night was good. Hopefully yours was as well. Did I enjoy 0-0-0? Yes, but it was only one season. Why is VCU only -3? Is that a trap? They're hot. I thought that game was whoever was getting points, I was going to take them. That seems to me just like a close game. I didn't have much on it. I like both those teams. I like VCU more, but Dayton's tough. They're obviously gigantic, and that's probably a good under game. It's probably first to 65 wins. For the end of the show, I saw your tweet about the new Netflix show, You People. I liked it as well. Can't beat Eddie Murphy and Jonah Hill. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was very funny. Eddie Murphy is hilarious. Jonah Hill is very underrated as far as funny. And I'm not a big comedy guy, but I really liked it. I liked the film. I thought the chick from Seinfeld was funny as well, Julia Dreyfus. But she was funny. Lauren London, I thought she was beautiful, obviously, as always. But I thought she was good as well. I actually like her in film. She was good in Atlanta or ATL, that film ATL. I was a favorite of mine when I was a kid. She was Nunu in that film, if you remember. T.I., that's a good movie. I like ATL. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I think it's something you should check out if you haven't seen it. Early thoughts in the Super Bowl? We'll talk about that as it gets closer. Still early. It looks like the Broncos are going to sign Sean Payton. Oh, wow. How about that? Shout out Kelly in Vegas, her team. She mentioned that. She wanted Sean Payton. So I'm sure we'll speak to her about that tomorrow when she joins us. Yes, they absolutely are. Thank you, Darren. Well, I'm sure it will be. They're going to get plenty of home cooking. Purdue is a one-loss team, but I'm impressed with Virginia. I have them in the Final Four, Virginia. All right. What else do we have here? Why not the over? You're welcome to play it. I didn't play that game. I was just giving you my opinion on it. Good call in Southern last night. Keep up the great work. 2 plays that I'm on. Thank you, William. 2 plays that I'm on. Toledo, team total over, 84.5 against Miami of Ohio. I also like St. Louis, -4 against Fordham. Any thoughts on UConn DePaul? No, I actually backed DePaul the first time these two teams played. Or no, I think that was against Providence. But nevertheless, I have no interest in DePaul right now. Just not very good on defense. Illinois, Nebraska, lean Illinois, but I don't have much on that one. Jonah Hill is underrated. Yeah, he is. Of course, you're not betting it. Mr. 2 games a night guy. Yep, absolutely. Exactly. Unlike you, I actually know how to do this, and I'm not going to throw darts. So you can knock me all you want, but it's my money, not yours. So you bet what you want. I'll bet what I want. Just finished The Sopranos. Who is your favorite character and underappreciated character? My favorite character in The Sopranos would be Johnny Sack. I did not like that he allocuted. However, I think he's a great character. The most underappreciated character is Richie Aprile. I think Richie Aprile is very funny. He is a stone cold gangster in the show. And that's what I like about those types of shows. Do they actually I'm obviously a mafia history snob, so I like validity. Are the characters valid? Do they actually come across as gangsters? And both of those two did. But yeah, I don't know if there's a lot of bad characters in the show. There's characters that I didn't like, i.e. some of the more lesser known characters. People like Janice. I didn't like her either. But she was also a nagging sister, which we all have. I think AJ is pretty underappreciated. A lot of people don't like him, but he was a great actor in the show. Eiler did a great job because he truly defined what a kid at his age was. And I've said before, I have a theory that if we're looking at the modern day Sopranos, I don't think it's out of the question to think that he became a gangster himself. I think he had a lot of qualities that would lend him well in that world. And if you actually look at him, he was a lot like his father in many different ways. There were actually certain scenes where that was made very clear. What do you think has happened in Michigan? They don't defend. It's pretty simple. No class in Fayetteville the last 2 days. Could be a light crowd in Bud Walton Arena. Well, there you go. There you go. That's what it was like, I believe, last night. I wouldn't have any interest in betting against Maryland at home. They're very good at home. All right. Gamora is awesome. Thank you for the recommendation. I'm glad you're enjoying it, bro. Yes, it's, I think, the best show ever created. The Texans just hired D'Amico Ryans. Great move, I think. Yeah, of course. That's another great comment. I just pick you, I guess. You're asking about games that I just don't want to talk about. There's just games, guys, I don't have an opinion on. That game is a virtual coin flip to me. I've said before, I don't like betting against Virginia Tech or on Virginia Tech. I do it maybe once or twice a year, and I hate it every time. No, Penn State is not a tournament team. Didn't have much on that one. Let me look up and down the card, see if I have any other thoughts here. I mean, I think, someone mentioned that Arkansas game. I think they're obviously due for kind of a vintage Arky performance. Obviously, somebody mentioned there's some weather issues there, but I feel like they'll find ways to get there. A&M's been kind of hot. Feels like they're going to cool off at some point. Might be tonight. Cowboys 49ers, dog eat dog, man's world. Yeah, well, that's how it goes. But the Cowboys didn't lose their coordinator. They caught him lose. The Niners lost their coordinator. Thoughts on Breaking Bad and or Better Call Saul? I just finished Better Call Saul, and safe to say, two of the all-time greats. Yeah, listen, I've never seen Better Call Saul. Breaking Bad was good. Again, I'm all about validity. I didn't find it to be very believable, if I'm being honest. I don't think any of it is very realistic, but it's a television show. Also, I think television lacks if it's on cable TV. I think if the show was on HBO, it would have been way better, way darker. And I think they could have gone a lot of different ways with it. But due to the fact that it was on television, they couldn't do certain things. But I've heard Better Call Saul is good. I haven't seen it. I think one of the great characters in TV history, though, is Mike Ehrmantraut. I really enjoyed his character in Breaking Bad, but I didn't find it very realistic. And the same thing with Sons of Anarchy. Sons of Anarchy was good. Like, several seasons of Breaking Bad were really good. And then it just got to the point where it was extremely hard to believe. And I like, again, realism. I'm not talking about a game that's 4 days away. I don't know. We'll see. Any other futures you like other than UCLA? We'll do maybe something on that Thursday or something when we have Jim Root on. Do you ever have any action on the SoCo? Yeah, occasionally. Yeah, I mentioned I don't want to jump in front of Clemson. I mean, again, though, I don't think that people need to go on the roads if they're on campus. So I don't know. I don't know that really matters. Nick Goshkai, what's up, Sheepbag? What's up, Nick? How are you, bro? Miss Savannah. Good to see you. Barstool put a max limit on my account. What's up with that? I don't know. I don't work behind the scenes and do that kind of thing. You'd have to contact customer service, my friend. I'm just a content creator, bro. I don't sit here and go over people's accounts. But yeah, I would hit customer service up, my man. I'm sure they'll help you. Breaking Bad was easier to follow for me. I get HBO, but the lack of international channels puts it out of my spectrum price range. All right. How valid is 000? Pretty valid. I mean, it tells a story of Los Zetas, essentially. It should have been longer. I think it could have been better. Do I have any thoughts on Kent State's team total over against CMU? I just lean unders with Kent State, whoever they play. They completely cut down people's tempo. Will a 16 seed beat a 1? I don't know. I haven't seen the matchups. Can't answer that yet. Top 3 mid majors who can make a run. Let's see. Well, I would say, let me look down the list here. Your mid majors. Oral Roberts, I think, is really good. I've kind of talked about them before. I don't know. I want to say that Charleston can make a run. We need them to get kind of fully healthy. I think they're really interesting, the way they play with pace. I think that could be really fascinating. And St. Louis. I mean, I think St. Louis, if they can represent that conference, they'll be really difficult. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap up the questions on basketball. I think I've pretty much answered everything I think I'm going to go after here tonight. You said on Spaces you don't like midseason out of conference games. You don't like bracket buster weekends. No, I don't like I like non-conference during non-conference season. Once conference play starts, I don't want to do that. Listen, Rob, I'm going to tell you something. Don't say I said stuff when I didn't say it. There are people in this chat that are coming in that are asking, and they haven't heard the show. I didn't say that. I didn't mention the game. Don't bring it up again. I didn't say that. Stop doing that. Don't do it again. Why don't you think Penn State is number one tournament team, number one point guard in the nation? Well, listen, obviously, Ron, I think you're a fan. I don't like them. That's why. I think they're very, variance based, and I don't want to bet them. That's why. You seem disinterested. No, I seem disinterested when people ask questions that are dumb. But I don't know. I thought I was pretty helpful coming into the show, and I'm about to wrap it up. I guess I don't like stupidity, and when you act dumb, I'm gonna just kind of, treat you that way. All right, what's your drink of choice when you're out? Well, I drink a lot of beer. I also like Patron, straight, which can get you into trouble. Is Florida Atlantic real or fake? I mean, this would be a prime example of an odd question. What would be fake about them? They're one of the best teams in the country, mid-major wise. Until they prove to me that they're fake, I'll say they're real. Hofstra is going to win the CAA. I don't see it. I think it's possible. Cameron Russo, Goodfellas, The Godfather. Goodfellas. I don't like either film that much, but I think they're both solid, but I would go Goodfellas. You said Toledo and St. Louis were your two favorites. I bet St. Louis -4, not 4.5. All right. If healthy, who goes further? Iowa. Is that Iowa? Is that Indiana? I guess you're Indiana. I'll go Indiana. I'll go Indiana. Do you have an opinion on Peaky Blinders? Need a new series? I haven't seen Peaky Blinders yet. I think that just wrapped up, so I'm sure I'll watch that soon. But all right, guys, I'm going to wrap this thing up. Thank you for watching. Still about 352 people in here. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. If you're watching us on Twitter, welcome. Thanks for joining the show. That's what I like tonight. I played St. Louis -4, and I like Toledo team total over 84.5. I hope you all have a nice evening. I will see you all tomorrow. Kelly in Vegas will be back with us. I'm sure we'll have a very deep card per usual on a Wednesday night. And if you're watching the stream after the fact, thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow here on the Barstool Sportsbook. Remember, we're here every Monday through Friday, 4 o'clock Eastern. Later.